Well, what do we have here? Fani Willis, the biggest city girl prosecutor in the country right now, that will get loose off the Grey Goose, was caught on body cam footage in Tyrone, Georgia, talking to police. Her 25-year-old daughter, that's supposedly pregnant, was pulled over for violating the hands-free Georgia law. But when police pulled her over, they also found out that her license was suspended, so she ended up going to jail. Before they hauled her off to Fayette County Jail, she called her mama. I guess she thought that she was in Atlanta. Her mom is a top cop in Fulton County, Georgia. But unfortunately for the Willis crew, this was outside of her jurisdiction. Her daughter went to jail, and Fani showed up down there right away to the scene. She rushed down there like any parent would do. That's not the shocking part. The shocking part is who showed up with her. None other than Nathan Wade, the special prosecutor she hired that she's been creeping with for years before his divorce was final, and paid him nearly $1 million from Fulton County's money, while also benefiting from the money herself, going on vacations with this man. Now, when she testified in court earlier this year, Fani said that she was no longer in a relationship with Nathan Wade. But when her daughter got in trouble, both of them showed up looking very much like a couple. It was given mom and dad showing up for their daughter. The police even thought the two presented as mom and dad as well. But Fani corrected him and said Nathan Wade was her, quote, friend. Take a look.
Couple hours, probably. Mom, dad, what's it? Okay.
Fani, nice to meet you.
So, Corporal Clark.
Nice to meet you. What?
So, apparently,
Nice to meet you.
apparently her license is suspended
Nice to meet you. Okay.
for something. Doesn't tell us what for or why or where, or that's something she's going to have to call DMV and find out. Okay. Probably what happened, she had a speeding ticket, some kind of traffic infraction, never went to court, didn't take care of it. Okay. That's the best guess. So, she's gone over to Fayette County Jail, which is right in the Fayetteville Square. It's 145 Johnson Avenue. Yeah. Normally, I would say a couple hours is the process. It just depends on how busy they are and like that, okay? The driving on the suspended is basically a traffic citation. She's got to have her fingerprints done and picture taken, then she can make her bond. You can pay it cash, use a bondsman, be 10%, whatever. They've got a list of people over there, too, that you can choose from and use whatever.
Where was she stopped?
So the vehicle's registered to her.
Okay.
I don't know if it was on a flock hit or if the officer observed some kind of traffic infraction. It wasn't me. I didn't make a traffic stop. He's already gone and got her going. Okay. So whatever the case may be, when you run the tag, it obviously gives us the vehicle information and the registered owner. Okay. And it's already in the system that has the invalid license. Yeah. Gotcha. So upon that, we just verify that it is that person driving, or stop the car first at that point. We don't have to know it's them. It's general assumption that the registered owner is the driver of the vehicle.
Yeah.
You know, if you stop and it's not, okay, have a nice day. But in this case, she was. So,
So, just are the keys to the car here?
yes.
Yeah, everything's here.
Yeah, everything's in there.
She has 3 numbers. I believe she gave, let's say, your number, a JC, and a third name I didn't hear. She'll allow to she's allowed to get 3 phone calls when she gets to jail.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just park the car.
once they get the process done, she can make a couple phone calls and call you guys and say, okay, I'm ready, this is how much it is, whatever. I want to say off the top of my head, I think driving on suspended license is about $1,200.
Yeah.
Somewhere right in that area. Every municipality's different, you know, give or take a little bit, but somewhere around there. So,
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Any other questions, comments, concerns?
Her daughter is definitely irresponsible. She got herself in this situation. Fani's adult kids should really be avoiding trouble, especially when your mom is a prosecutor. On top of that, she's dealing with a lot of high-profile cases right now. But why didn't she call her sister or her father? Even better, how about call the man that got you knocked up? Where is he? There's no way she should have called her mama if her mama is Fani Willis. Call her, but not to come down there, not to get her name tied up into all this mess, unless she believed that calling her mom would somehow stop her from going to jail. I don't know, whatever the reason, call that guy who got you pregnant. Yeah, get him to come save you. If you can't trust him to handle your emergency situations, why would you trust him to have unprotected relations?
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
But I digress. I'm over Fani's daughter. What Fani and Nathan Wade exposed, though, is that they're liars. Fani lied in court under oath. She says she was not with him anymore when they're obviously still messing around. They look like they were just laid up in South Fulton County right before this happened. You know, they jumped up and threw on clothes and got down to Tyrone. How do you think they got there so fast? Yeah, they were already together, even though she told everybody in court they weren't together anymore.
You indicated your best recollection was that your relationship with Mr. Wade, the romantic relationship, ended, you left it in August of 2023. That sound right?
That's the hard conversation. That's not the...
We've covered this. Next question.
And you characterized it as a tough conversation, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to get into the conversation per se.
You should.
Well, if he doesn't want to, we won't go there. So, Mr. Sager, next question.
You know, it's kind of hard to say no when you've got that opportunity. But all I'm going to say is, was it pre-indictment in this case?
So
We know the timeline that the indictment was delivered.
okay,
Well,
but
actually,
and so that
I'll
we're
give you
clear,
that.
the
Okay.
physical relationship ended pre-indictment.
And is that when you were talking about the tough conversation?
But I'm not sure that the tough conversation didn't happen until after, but the physical relationship, so I'm sure if you ask Mr. Wade, because he's a male, he would say we ended June or July, because physical contact ended then. Just in my mind, being a woman, it's over when you have that, like, hard conversation. I just think women and men think differently.
And I think the answer, Mr. Sager, to your question was she's not sure whether it was before or after the indictment.
Well, I'm not sure that that was her answer, but let's see if I can get specific.
That is what I said. That's what I said.
I'll let you. Next question, Mr. Sager. If you need to
Want to say
clarify.
one more? The romantic relationship ended before the indictment was returned, yes or no?
To a man, yes.
Well, to a man, yes. To you, no?
She's explained this, Mr. Sager. She's explained this.
And did the forthcoming indictment have anything to do with that? Or was it just a coincidence?
Mister, let's go on and have the conversation.
I've just asked you whether or not it was a coincidence.
Had absolutely nothing to do with this. It's interesting that we're here about this money. Mr. Wade is used to women that, as he told me one time, the only thing a woman can do for him is make him a sandwich. We would have brutal arguments about the fact that I am your equal. I don't need anything from a man. A man is not a plan. A man is a companion. And so there was tension always in our relationship, which is why I would give him his money back. I don't need anybody to foot my bills. The only man who's ever foot my bills completely is my daddy.
Listen, there's no amount of sassiness and attitude that could cover up lies. She said their personal relationship ended in August 2023 when they had a, quote, tough conversation. She said Nathan Wade will probably say it ended earlier in June or July of 2023. Yet they both showed up together in August 2024 during an emergency family situation when her pregnant daughter was getting hauled off the jail. Even back then, I believe her attitude was definitely a deflection tactic. A lot of women who identify with Fani thought this was cute. They're attracted to this city girl energy. That's why they're flocking in droves to put her back in office again.
There's a lot of excitement building. She made it very clear, this is not the end of her campaign, but rather the beginning as they look forward to November. She does have a Republican challenger. One of the first times that a Democrat in Fulton County has been challenged in that district attorney's race in a long, long time. But if you take a look around, you can see all of the people celebrating, really excited to be here and to see her winning with that 89%. She did have a challenger in the Democratic primary, but they said that 89% represents that she is doing a job well done.
Fani is probably going to win again, but I'm telling you, these lies will catch up to you, Fani. Even if it's at the state level, Brian Kemp will not save you. He couldn't even save the Hall County attorney from her indictment. Stephanie, she's a Republican and a Brian Kemp supporter. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Special thank you to Darius. I appreciate you, Darius, for all of your support, as well as Starlet, Mark, and Roland C. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.